Today is May 10th, 2022. I call to order the regular council meeting for the Birmingham City Council. This morning we will have the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilor Woods.
Writer looking right at you.
Dang.
Councilor Clinton Woods, if you all will please join and stand and join us. Thank you.
All right, please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you for one more opportunity, Lord, to get up this morning and operate in purpose, Lord. I ask that you can just guide our steps, Lord, guide our decision-making, Lord. Give us understanding and wisdom to accomplish the goals that have been set before us, Lord. We ask that you watch over the city as a whole. We ask that you remove any spirit of violence, any spirit of vengeance, Lord. We just ask that you continue to bless us, continue to lift us up, continue to open doors and create opportunities as we try to move the city forward. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all very much. At this time, Mr. Clerk, if you'll call the roll.
Councilmember Abbott.
Present.
Councilmember Clark.
Present.
Councilmember Moore. Councilmember O'Quinn. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Councilmember Tate.
Good morning, Present.
Good morning. Councilmember Williams. Councilmember Woods. Present. Council President Pro Tem Smitherman.
Good morning.
Good morning. Council President Alexander.
Good morning. Thank you very much. At this time, minutes are not ready for January 4th through May 3rd, 2022. Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Morning, Madam President. Morning, Madam President.
Good morning.
And good morning to the entire council. It's good to see you all this morning. And to the public, it's good to see you all as well. Madam President, a few notes and council. Today marks 58 days until the World Games comes to our city July 7th through the 17th. And that's 58 days, so we are on a countdown. I want to encourage everybody to go to birminghamal.gov/BHAMReady. That's BHAM Ready. For more important details, updates for residents and businesses regarding events, as well as your movement related to road closures coming to various neighborhoods. Again, that's birminghamal.gov/BHAMReady. BHAMREADY. I do want to acknowledge our home team. Congratulations to the Stallions. They're currently the only USFL team undefeated. They will battle the Philadelphia Stars this Sunday. Right, I could have paused. This Sunday they will battle Philadelphia Stars at 11 a.m. So it's a morning game at Protective Stadium. But I do want to encourage our citizens and residents to please pack out the stadium and continue to support them. For more information on the game, you can visit theusfl.com. Again, that's THEUSFL.com. This Friday, Madam President and Council, Food Truck Friday returns. We're excited about that. It'll be this Friday, May 13th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in front of City Hall. Some of your favorite vendors will be there. Also this Sunday, there is something at Railroad Park called the 99 Neighborhoods Rally. Birmingham residents are invited to enjoy a day of free, family-friendly activities, as well as resources will be provided at Railroad Park from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. The goal of this event is to connect the city of Birmingham residents to the World Games. Again, the purpose of this event from 2 to 5 this Sunday at Railroad Park is to connect our citizens and residents to the World Games. The event will feature World Games information and activities, minority businesses, pop-up markets, food trucks, children's activities, and many more things. At this time, Madam President and Council, I want to have Dr. Mark Sullivan, if he's here, to come on up. Yeah, my bad. As you know, we started the Increased Peace effort back in 19 engaging our family victims. and we do continue to do that, but Increase the Peace has more, and in addition to that, we partner with Councilwoman Tate as well as Dr. Mark Sullivan and the school board in the Birmingham City Schools related to more visibility of engaging our children in conflict resolution. The purpose is to promote conflict resolution as well as to cultivate conversations where our youth can be open, vulnerable, and candid around issues facing them, their families, their friends, and issues in their neighborhoods, whether it's related to beef, guns, or anything of that nature. In addition to that is to provide them with resources. So on Thursday, several members of our city leadership will visit Parker and Carver High School, as well as Winona and Jackson Olin next week. And I wanted Dr. Sullivan to share a few more words. And if you wanted to, also give an update on some of the mental health things the school system's been doing.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And I was going to share, first of all, say thank you to the City Council for your support of Birmingham City Schools. Also, the generous gift of $1 million that you provided, we have a counseling unit in all of our schools. In addition to that, we have done MAT training for all of our schools. And what MAT training is de-escalation. Oftentimes when teachers or students interact with each other and tempers are hot, there has to be someone who can bring down the temperature and be able to talk to students in a way that calms them rather than to ignite a situation. As it relates to the nonviolence tour that we're doing with the mayor, we in Birmingham City Schools, since January, we've lost 7 students to gun violence. Now, it is almost unconscionable to even put into words or to wrap your mind around going to a funeral of a 16-year-old or a 15-year-old just starting their lives. And what we're seeing is that many of those students have been affected by other 15 and 16-year-olds. This is something that is not a Birmingham City Schools issue, but a community issue. But we know that we are disproportionately affected. 7 of our babies are no longer here since the start of this year because of gun violence. I am so pleased that the mayor, we had a conversation, I guess, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when we began to see this uptick, and we said something has to be done. Something has to be done, and we're ready to stand in the gap to ensure that not another student loses their life. And I think one of the things that this tour is going to do is oftentimes we talk to students and we tell them what they should do. And I think what we need to do is stop and listen to students, find out what they're going through, find out what their issues are so that we can address those issues head on. So, Mr. Mayor, thank you for your leadership in this. Thank you to the council for your support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We are very appreciative of any type of intervention or any programs that can help our students and their families. So we are excited, Mr. Mayor and Mr. Superintendent, for this opportunity to go out into the schools. And so I know, I'm speaking for the council, that we are very happy to support any initiative such as this. I'm not sure if other councilors would like to speak or have any comments. Ms. Tate.
Good morning, Mayor, Dr. Sullivan. I am elated. First of all, I want to just extend my sympathy to the families that lost their kids to gun violence. And when I was initially approached by this, it was, nothing for me to think about, losing my nephew in March to gun violence. And so I'm super excited. I had an opportunity to go out just at the park board this weekend and participate in the teen summit. And what was so, it was very good. And the questions that we were asked, they all came from kids. And so these kids are super smart. I believe in collective movement and power building and making sure that we centering the voices of those that the issues are affecting. So I'm excited, to be on this leg with you and the mayor, the chief. I can't be there Thursday because I'll be on city business, but I do commit to being there going forward. And anything that I can do, because I know, I had an opportunity to share with the kids what I went through with my son being incarcerated at the age of 18 and given a 20-year prison sentence. And what I told the kids is, we don't have the money to beat this system because it'll bankrupt your family. So I don't want to see your moms or your grandmothers in the same situation I was in. So it was the grace of God that my son is still here, and so we had that support, even during that time. But anything I can do to pour into kids and be real, because it's about being real and transparent, and we can't sugarcoat, what's going on. We gotta, and to Mayor Wolf and all of the tools and the skills, the tech industry, all the things that are coming here that's awarded to kids that, we didn't have, the home building. I mean, just an array of things, because everybody don't want to go to college. But how hard that the mayor and the people of the city of Birmingham have worked hard to bring workforce development, back into the school system. So I applaud you for that. So my hat's off to you, and I'm very excited to join both of you on this tour.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Tate.
Madam President and Council, there's one last note. At this time, I'm going to ask Crystal Mullen Johnson to please come to the podium. Madam President and Council, I'm not sure if you are aware, but President Biden and the White House administration has declared May Mental Health Awareness Month, and they're paying attention to some of the things going on out of the administration. They've been amplifying a lot of issues around mental health. I think we know in our local community there's a lot of things going on with mental health, and I'm happy to stand by people like Crystal, who, well, let me call her last name, Crystal Mullen Johnson, who stands in the gap and amplifies awareness, intentionally designs conversations around engaging the public, other organizations, elected officials, children, and a host of other community partners to make sure Birmingham is doing its part in bringing awareness to an issue that affects us all. And so I just want to read a few things, and then I want to pass the mic to Ms. Mullen Johnson. Then she'll give it back to me. I'll read a proclamation in part and then open it up to you all, because I know several of you all are very passionate about this topic. Some people look at getting help for mental health as a sign of weakness, but I do want to publicly state that that is probably not the best way to look at it. In fact, seeking help when one needs it is a strong step in the right direction, which is why it's my honor to stand beside a licensed clinical social worker. She's the president of Nurture of Alabama, and she joins us this morning. And so I'm going to reverse that. Actually, I'm going to read it in part and then give her the mic. And part of this proclamation, which is declaring May as Mental Health Awareness Month, states, whereas we stand in solidarity with those who are experiencing mental health conditions, and we thank dedicated mental health providers for working to improve the lives of so many Americans. And whereas the City of Birmingham, alongside with the City Department of Human Resources, Nurture of Alabama, and other valued stakeholders, partners, and community members are committed to strengthening and sustaining the delivery of mental health care and resources in our community by hosting Community Mental Health Day on May 13th in front of City Hall this Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And whereas it is my hope that events such as Community Mental Health Day will serve as a growing opportunity to promote mental health and wellness, which can lead to higher overall productivity, better educational outcomes, a stronger economy, lower health care costs, and improved family life and the improved quality of life. Now, therefore, I, Randall L. Woodfin, along with the Birmingham City Council, do hereby proclaim May in the City of Birmingham National Mental Health Awareness Month. And now I believe Ms. Mullen Johnson has a few words to say.
Thank you so much. Happy Mental Health Awareness Month. It is a pleasure to stand before each of you. And Mayor Woodfin, I really appreciate the great work you're doing to move the city forward. And also to you, Dr. Sullivan. My son is a student at the Birmingham City School System. So I really appreciate all that they're doing. Nurture of Alabama goal is to raise awareness about mental health, to destigmatize mental health. We're partnering with the city during the Food Truck Friday. And we will have speakers on that day today that will raise awareness about mental health. We have District Attorney Danny Carr. We have Sheriff Mark Petway. We have Bishop Moody on the agenda. We also have Dr. Leisha Ellis-Cox. She's a licensed psychiatrist. And we have a therapist, Reggie Parker, that will also speak. So we will have community partners. We've invited over 35 community partners that will share our resources. So our goal is to link the community to resources for affordable treatment. So ultimately, we're here to support the city of Birmingham and move the city forward to improve their mental health. So, yeah.
Thank you very much. Again, we are excited to have this opportunity to celebrate and just to honor and focus on Mental Health Month. And so we're very excited for the work that you do in our community.
I did. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I gifted everyone with my book. It's a therapeutic interactive journal. I think I'm short too, but I would definitely get that to you all, so don't be upset with me.
It's okay.
But the goal is for you all to focus on your mental health. I charge you to do so. But please share this resource with your family and friends, and join us on this campaign during Mental Health Awareness Month to reduce the stigma of mental health.
Thank you very much. Any counselors? Counselor Pro Tem? Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor Woodfin, and I know you're a great person because we have the same first name. But I think mental health is so very important. I think it doesn't matter what age that you are. I think with the millennial generation, with Mayor Woodfin, Hunter, JT, Woods, and I, we're more open to going to therapy, because usually it's the older generations that kind of tell you just kind of pray it away. And really, I think you need a combination of both. And I just kind of think back to college. My senior year, we actually had a sophomore to jump off of the top of the library, the top floor, and nobody suspected it or anything. And I just wish maybe if we had more resources or more people to talk to him, maybe we could have saved a life. So I really want to thank you, because I think a lot of people don't know you can pay for therapy in different ways. You don't have to technically have insurance. So, and thank you. I can't say that enough. Just thank you so much during the pandemic, with the rate of suicides going up as well among children and adults. So hopefully we can tell our neighborhoods about this. So, and your book looks really good. I've been flipping through it.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Madam President, that concludes the mayor's report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you so much.
At this time, councilors, if you would allow me, without objection, I'd like to suspend the rules and we go ahead and present our presentations for today. Counselors and guests, at this time I'd like to call the Winona High School Cosmetology Skills USA Student Organization and their sponsor, Mrs. Leela Watts-Williams. If you all join me at the podium. And yes, these are my future alums at the Winona High School. Counselors, this morning I've asked this group of young ladies and their advisor to join us. They are members of world-class leaders, workers who are responsible citizens through the organization Skills USA. This particular organization empowers our young leaders, and their mission is to promote improvements in the quality of skilled workforce through the development of Skills USA framework that includes personal, workplace, and technical skills. Just recently, the Winona High School Cosmetology Skills USA Student Organization, they went for competition and they were gold medal winners during the opening and closing ceremony leadership competition on April 26th at the Birmingham Jefferson Complex. In addition to winning the gold medal, each student also received a $2,000 scholarship to any Alabama community college and a $100 Lowe's gift certificate. a few moments, I will call their advisor as well as the young ladies to come up and be presented. We have some medals of our own that we'd like to give them as being super citizens and representing the city of Birmingham in this competition. They will go on to the national level, and so they'll be going in June for additional competition. And so we just want to send them off today with this opportunity to represent the city of Birmingham. So councilors, at this time, I'd like to ask for unanimous consent to offer this resolution of congratulations.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
So moved.
Thank you. And now the resolution.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you.
Thank you very much. And at this time, if we could have the young ladies to come up, Ms. Watts, I'll let you come up and speak first, and then if you'll let our students introduce themselves.
Council, so much. Ms. Ward. We are here representing Winona High School. These are cosmetology students here. And as she stated last month, on the state level, and we placed first place, and we will be traveling to Atlanta, Georgia next month to compete in the national contest representing the state of Alabama. So, contest is the opening and closing ceremony is the students represents, they describe the emblem of Skills USA. Skills USA is a cosmetology, well not cosmetology, but a career tech student organization. And these are paid members of the organization, and each one of the girls had to come up and recite the part of the emblem and describe it. And they was judged on diction, pronunciation of words, the dress code, unison, the whole 9 yards. So we are very, very proud of our students, and at this time, I'm going to let each one of them come up and introduce themselves and grade level.
My name is Lukaya. I'm in the 10th grade.
Good morning, my name is Caitlin Amison, and I'm in the 9th grade.
Good morning. My name is Marietta Barnes, and I'm in the 9th grade.
Good morning. My name is Shantasia Williams. I am in the 10th grade.
Good morning. My name is Zavia Ward, and I'm in the 9th grade.
Good morning. My name is Tamaya Saff, and I'm in the 10th grade.
Again, we congratulate each of you, and we're just very proud, and we know you're going to bring back home even more gold and more scholarships when you go off to the national level. Thank you very much. At this time, counselors, we also have another presentation. Counselor Moore is not able to be with us today, but he did want to present to us Mr. Valton Johnson, who is representing, I think it's the Nadine G Foundation. Nadine G Johnson. If you'll come on up, Mr. Johnson. During the summer spring break, there was a showcase of camp that was offered to students, and so he just wanted to honor Mr. Johnson for the work that they did in bringing our students some art and different things during that showcase. So, Mr. Johnson, good morning.
Good morning. How are you? How are each of you? Good to see you. Thank you so much for having us this morning, and I did get a note from Councilor Moore stating that he was going to be available. Ladies and gentlemen, I rise and I thank you for having us. The team and I came up with an idea during a conversation I had at a local high school, and that idea was to have a spring break film camp. Why was that? Because when I was speaking, the students really wasn't engaged in what I was talking about. But the teacher knew that I had done a movie called Welcome to Dundle Heights right here in Birmingham. And we got a look-see from a major network, and now we're engaged in a contract to make a movie right here. So with that being said, we created the film camp, and we invited 40 young people from the city of Birmingham. We scholarshiped them, no cost at all. And my good friend Terry Harville here and the YMCA partnered with us, and the staff that you see standing around were our volunteers. We had a essay contest. The students arrived, they were served breakfast, and then they went into breakout classes. Editing, screenwriting, creating, filming, producing, dance. And our young people actually created film. We set them up in 2 categories, A and B, and then we split them into 4 categories, and they created their own film. They wrote it, they edited it, they filmed it, they produced it, and we took them through this for a full week from 8 o'clock a.m. until 3 p.m. every day at the YMCA Youth Center, again, under the direction of Terry Harvey. We got support from the city of Birmingham. Many of you supported, and we thank you so much for that. The mayor supported, we thank you for that. And our young people, one of the things I was really particularly concerned about was that the amount of deaths that our youth are dealing with. So we wanted to bring them in with love and give them instruction so that they could one day be, I'm an old man. I'm not going to be the next Denzel Washington. But who's to say the young people from Carver High School, Hudson Middle School, West End Academy can't be if we pour into them. And it is because of you and what you've done for us to allow the camp to happen that we made it happen. Let me share with you some of the lineup that we had. On Monday, we had Bart Phillips, the producer of the movie Hate and Dating in Atlanta. On Tuesday, we had Sergey White, who is the costume design for, get this, Men in Black and the movie Power. Our young people were sitting at these folks' feet. Cassie Davis was Wednesday. They were communicating with these superstars, if you will. And one young lady stood up and said, I'd like to get an internship with you. To say, what's her name? To say White said, you have to be in New York and a graduate of a high school. She said, well, I'm going to be both come May. Now can I get an internship? Guess what? She's on her way. Young lady won a Birmingham Waterworks film this week. Kelsey Shorts is her name. Kelsey meandered her way into the film camp. She wasn't supposed to be there. She just sort of got lost, but we embraced her and took her in. She won the Birmingham Waterworks film this week at Phillips Academy. Another young lady, Chloe Williams, happened to be my granddaughter. She is now a paid actress on YouTube because of the work that we're pouring into our young folk. And again, it is because of what you all are doing, city, and the citizens of Birmingham, and the staff, and everybody. And the prayers of the righteous availeth much. So that's what we need more than anything. Because next year, although they're the names I gave you, Sergey and Cassie and all these folks, we're going to the top next year. Next year is going to be even better. So I ask for your support, your prayers, and everything else. I think we have a short video that we're going to show.
All right, thank you. We'll show that video very quickly.
We only had 5 to 7 minutes.
So God is giving you a dream. Embrace the dream.
School board who's newly elected.
What have you learned about yourself that you did not know before you came?
So let me just say this, if I may. This is my wife, LaSheree. This is Wanda Matthews, Tracy Muhammad, Terry Phillips, Terry Harville, of course, Adrian Stringer, my sister, and to my far left is Vivian Diggins. This was the staff. Some are missing, but they came in. And let me say this, not one incident was had, not one. We brought all these young people together and they got along. You have to set the stage in order for them to be able to follow, you understand? So we had a very good time, very instructional time, and our youth, again, made film. And if you'd like a copy of the film, they're only 2 minutes long. And we had the Dunbar Awards, which you saw. We invited the parents and the stakeholders in, and we actually had awards for the best producer, best executive, best filmmaker, director, and all of these things. And we gave them awards, physical awards, that they take with them. So next year, get ready. We're coming back.
Thank you. Thank you very much. At this time, councilors will return to our regular agenda. I was going to say our regular scheduled program. To return to the agenda. At this time, Mr. Clerk, would you read the consent items, please?
Okay. Consent agenda starts on page 2. We have items 3 and 4 on consent. Item 3, there's an amount change. It should be $6,500 for item 3. Page 3, we have item 5 on consent. Page 4, we are withdrawing item 7, and we continue with items 8 and 9 being placed on consent. Page 5, we have items 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 on consent. Page 6, we have items 15, 16, 17, 19, and 20 on consent, and we're withdrawing item number 18. Draw item 18. Page 7, we have items 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26 on consent. Page 8, we have items 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31 on consent. Please note that on item number 30, the resolution number should be 442-22. 442-22. Page 9, we have items 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36 on consent. Page 10, we have items 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, and 42 on consent. And we conclude with item 43, which is an addendum item on the consent agenda.
All right, thank you. At this time, councilors, are there any items you'd like to add or remove from the consent agenda?
Madam President?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't really want to remove item 31, but I did want to ask if these portable speed bumps would be here in time for the World Games.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Good, because I'm thinking with these street closures, we're going to have people cutting through folks' neighborhoods and they might drive too fast. So I was hopeful that maybe that's the reason we're buying these portable speed bumps. Uh-oh. The answer's no.
Madam President,
yes,
to Ms. Abbott's question, we got 2 separate issues you're bringing. I wanted to answer your question. The answer is yes. You also made a statement about World Games, but related to these portable speed bumps, we're honoring a neighborhood request.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. That's your only item, Ms. Abbott.
Yeah, that was it. I just wanted to ask because I'm concerned about the speeding issues.
Thank you. Dr. O'Quinn?
Thank you. So in follow-up, said in any way related to the Central City issue that you and I have discussed on multiple occasions?
This is not that neighborhood. However, I did speak to a group of business owners yesterday, and I have suggested that similar to our stormwater issue, which I will get with you, I think it's time to have a single issue town hall meeting with the Central City neighborhood related to this topic.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Any other items?
Yes, so I did want to ask that item number 5 be removed from consent. and had just a curiosity question about item number 34. Is that used by our BPD investigations team for documenting crime scenes and things of that nature?
No, sir. It's the short version of what this is a copier.
A copier.
Copier.
Well,
Laser scanner.
No, I'm serious. I wasn't being funny.
Yeah, that's not what it is, but in any case, I'll follow up with you later.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I think Mr. Mitchell can give you a more detailed answer.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, Dr. Quinn?
No, that's it.
All right, thank you. I don't see any other items requests. So we did have, Mr. Clerk, they asking for item number 5 to be moved from
Yes, ma'am.
consent. All right. All items designated as consent are routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. No separate discussion of these items will be permitted unless a council member, the mayor, or citizen interested in a public hearing so requests. If so, such items will revert to its normal place on the agenda order of business. All matters of permanent operation, indicated with a P, will be read. All other matters will be announced by reading the item number only. All public hearings will be announced. At this time, may I entertain a motion and a second for approval of the consent agenda?
Second. Councilor Quinn and I missed second. Who's second? Oh, the Williams, I'm sorry. Councilor Quinn is occupied right now. Second, who made the second?
Okay.
I thought it was all of it.
Okay, I'll pick Councilor Quinn, Councilor Quinn. All right.
Thank you. This time the vote, we can ready for the vote.
All right, ready now. Voting should be open. Okay.
Motion. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Quinn.
Yes.
All right. Councilmember Abbott.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. That vote should be up, ma'am.
All right, thank you. The consent agenda passes. If any of your items were listed as consent, they have been approved and you're free to go, and we'll continue with the rest of the agenda. Thank you, Mr. Clerk.
All right. Going to item 1. Item 1, an ordinance to amend Title 1 zoning ordinance, Chapter 8, overlay districts of the City of Birmingham, ordinance number 15-133 as amended, filed by the Department of Planning, Engineering, and Permits. And hearing of all interested parties, case number ZAC 2021-4.
Motion. Second.
All right, at this time, we have before us an ordinance to amend Title 1 zoning ordinance, Chapter 8 overlay. I'll turn it over to our Chair of Planning and Zoning, Mrs. Abbott.
Thank you, Madam President. Mr. Gambrell, would you read our item for us, please?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Tim Gambrell, I serve as Chief Planner for the City of Birmingham. And this is item ZAC 2021-4. It's a citywide ordinance. The recommended ordinance changes amend the existing zoning regulations in order to include an adaptive reuse incentive overlay. The proposed adaptive reuse incentive overlay provides incentives and exceptions that are intended to foster the reuse of historic properties that further the goal of maintaining historic character within the city. The overlay will affect qualified historic properties within the corporate limits of the City of Birmingham, and will create a new overlay district within the city. No properties would be rezoned as a part of this ordinance. At its regular scheduled meeting on March 2nd, 2022, the Birmingham Planning Commission voted to recommend approval of this ordinance change, and at a regular scheduled meeting on March 23rd, 2022, the Planning and Zoning Committee likewise voted to recommend this change. I was just going to speak to the ordinance for a minute. The intent of this ARI, or adaptive reuse incentive, is to implement the comp plan and framework plans by facilitating conversion of older, economically distressed, historically significant buildings to apartments, live-work units, or mixed-use developments. This will help to reduce vacant space as well as preserve city's architectural and cultural past, encourage the development of those types of developments in the city's commercial, industrial centers, and corridors. The purpose of the ordinance or the article is to modify certain regulations in the ordinance for qualified developments to facilitate reuse of historic buildings and maintain urban fabric and character. This ordinance would apply in the overlay area that includes the city center that's depicted in the ordinance, commercial revitalization districts, historic districts, and opportunity zones, and also any building that would qualify based on the definition that's listed here under eligible building, and those buildings are ones that are 50 years old and deemed significant either historically or architecturally based on the Secretary of Interior standards for registration of properties. And so the incentives that are included deal with density, off-street parking, loading spaces, and also certain uses. So that you can imagine a building, historic building that's built lot line to lot line. There may not be opportunities for parking on site. Our regulations typically require parking on site. So that becomes a severe limitation for a developer who wants to reuse a historic building. So the trade-off, we give them a parking pass in a way, and they redevelop a historic building and maintain historic character within the city. Of course, any developer, would have to deal with parking in some other way. And so they're going to rent a lot, they're going to rent space and a parking deck, that sort of thing, and make other accommodations to have a viable development. But this fosters, protecting historic character, historic buildings, and helps to support, quality development in our city. There is a historic preservation standard in here, so that if somebody does redevelop a building, they're not turning it into some modern, glass and steel structure. They're maintaining some historic character, based on the history of the building, and that would be reviewed by our historic preservation officer for compliance with that. There are certain situations where uses would be allowed that typically wouldn't be allowed. Industrial districts, we don't allow living in industrial districts in the future. There's kind of a natural conflict there. But there may be situations where somebody wants to do, live work in sort of a maker type of space. That's kind of a popular kind of reuse of historic buildings. And so in an industrial district, you have a historic building, you want to do a maker space, you want to have live work units in there, you can do that based on this ordinance by right. Those are the main points to cover. Once again, just to kind of, drive the point home a little bit, there could be potentially, without this, there potentially could be situations where a developer may say, hey, it's just easier to tear this thing down. And so we want to try and incentivize developers to not do that through this ordinance. Or, potentially there could just be, neglect, intentional neglect that would go on, just to let something fall down to a point where it just needs to be replaced. And so, this is a way, like I say, to encourage developer to redevelop historic structure and, kind of lower their burden and just kind of make it, a little easier for them to do what they need to do. And the trade-off, of course, is that the city gets to maintain these beautiful historic buildings that we have. Those are the end of my comments.
Are there any questions from members of the council? And are there any questions from the public? Seeing none. Councilor O'Quinn.
Mr. Gambrell, I'm looking at the figure 1 in the packet that shows the footprint of this area. So this, as I understand it, this would only apply to this area shown shaded in orange.
But this is actually just the city center boundary.
Okay.
And so that area is called out here in the ordinance, but it would also apply to historic districts, commercial revitalization districts, and opportunity zones. So, there's a large area of the city that's covered. The opportunity zones cover some 77 neighborhoods. So a majority of the city is covered. But then also, as mentioned, any building that qualifies anywhere in the city. would be able to take benefit from this.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So now I believe we're ready to vote.
All right, thank you. Thank you. At this time, councilors and Mr. Clerk, we're ready for the vote. All right, thank you. That item passes, and we appreciate the work that's been done to bring this ordinance before us, and I really think it will help in future projects. Thank you. Next item, Mr. Clerk. Uh-oh.
5. Ordinance to further amend the general fund.
Two.
Oh, did I skip 2?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
How did I do that? Item 2. A resolution pursuant to Section 11-40-1 and Section 11-47-16, Codes of Alabama 1975, authorizing the mayor to execute and deliver an agreement with Jones Valley Urban Farms, doing business at Jones Valley Teaching Farm, and an amount not to exceed, it should be $10,000 now, amendment. The provider will manage and offer public access to the facilities in order to provide urban farming educational opportunities for the poor and needy citizens of Birmingham, and will also advertise and have media releases of the services provided in the urban farming for a term of 3 months from the date of this agreement.
Motion. Second.
All right, councilors, this item is before us. You do have in front of you the corrected copy of this item, and it did, as Mr. Clerk read, there was a change with the amount, and it's not to exceed $10,000. And I believe in our budget and finance and other meetings, there was a question about the recommended funding source, so that has also been updated to include the funding source and where these items are coming from. Any questions related to this item? All right, we're ready for the vote. Yeah. All right, councilors, thank you. That item passes. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Item 5, ordinance to further amend general fund budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2022 by transferring $300,000 from information management systems, technology maintenance, $48,000 from desktop maintenance, $187,730 from software maintenance, $232,000 from rental software leases, $418,000 from communication telephone, $1,142,663.04 from non-capital equipment, and appropriating $2,328,393.04 to non-departmental transfer to Fund 102, capital improvement, and to further amend the capital improvement fund for the fiscal year ending June 30, 2022 by appropriating $2,328,393.04 to IMS 102 CP 03871. IMS hardware software.
All right, councilors, do we have a motion and a second for this item so we can discuss?
I move approval.
Second. All right, thank you. Dr. O'Quinn, you asked for this to be pulled from consent.
Yes. So I just wanted to know a little more about what was going on, and you know, in the context of I understand why we moved items from money from the general operating budget to the capital improvement budget to, you know, just as in a general sense, but it's a little concerning when we do that, you know, because that means that the funds didn't get expended in the context of the term that they were originally intended to be expended. So can you tell me a little bit more about what's going on here?
Madam President.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mitchell.
So, Dr. Quinn, to your question, you just cut it off. There you go. We're good. It's on. We gave y'all money for that. Okay, Dr. Quinn, right. To answer your question, the gist behind this is because these type of projects are ongoing and will go past June 30th of this fiscal year. So we want to encompass those and put them into a project account so we have a continuation of those projects to keep going. So if you think about it, even when we present the budget to the council in next week, we won't show these type of amounts anymore in that IMS budget because we're just rolling those dollars amounts forward so the project can continually keep going.
Okay. Well, I asked the question in the context of, previous allocations, for projects that took longer than we anticipated, and I think you probably know exactly what I'm referring to. It's just a concern.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
We can have a discussion about it.
Thank you.
I totally get it.
Councilors, any other discussion on this item? All right, we're ready for the vote. All right, thank you. That item passes. Next item.
All right, now we're at 5. Item 5. Oh, I'm sorry. Page 6.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Item 6, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an interlocal cooperation agreement with the Alabama Firefighters Personnel Standards and Education Commission for the Alabama Fire College. The Fire College to provide additional and/or supplemental paramedics and advanced medical emergency technicians to assist the city during the 2022 World Games, to be held in Birmingham, Alabama metropolitan area between July the 7th, 2022 and July the 17th, 2022, and this thus facilitate the provision of a sufficient quantity of emergency medical care providers during this event. The city agrees to pay Fire College $43.45 per hour for services provided by the contracted personnel. The total compensation to be provided by the city to AFC shall not exceed $182,500. This is an item of permanent operation. I need UC to pass today.
Motion for UC.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion on the item, please.
Second.
All right, Council Williams, Council. Item is before you.
All right, councilors, any discussion regarding this item? This is one for emergency and safety that can be provided during the World Games. Any questions? Mrs. Abbott?
Yeah, I wanted to ask if these additional personnel will be located only within the city of Birmingham or if they'll be spread out into locations that are not within the city of Birmingham.
They're all the city venues.
Just within the city limits of Birmingham. So
yes, the Birmingham
all those
venues.
other venues will have their own people
So
provided by
Pelham and Hoover will have their own EMS units out there. This is for all the venues that are in the city of Birmingham, not just city owned, but just like UAB, Birmingham Southern. I may be missing a couple, but yeah, it's just closing the gaps that our local Birmingham Fire Protection cannot do.
Well, we don't want to leave our residents with no coverage. So thank you.
Any other questions, councilors? All right, we're ready for the vote. All right, thank you. That item passes. Next item, Mr.
All right,
Clerk.
we have 7 and 18 both withdrawn, and that concludes the regular agenda item.
Thank you very much. At this time, councilors will allow you an opportunity to bring updates from your district. We'll start with you, Ms. Clark, District 8.
Thank you, Madam President. Give me just a second here. All right, if I can read here. Well, we do have some neighborhood meetings this week. This evening, the Bellevue Heights neighborhood will meet in person at Brown Middle School at 6 p.m. You may also join via conference call. And on Thursday at 6 p.m., the Central Park neighborhood will have their meeting via conference call as well. You can call the office at 254-2304 to get conference calling details for both of these meetings. Meet us this coming Saturday for Cleanup at the Junction. Our Be Litter Free campaign's next stop is Tuxedo neighborhood. It'll be Saturday, May 21st. We'll gather at the Erskine Hawkins Park around 9:30 a.m. for registration, and then we'll head out to clean up the neighborhood between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12. So please join us. We always need volunteers and welcome the help. Finally, Space 111's Art Fix classes allow adults the creative space to explore their artistic interests. Artists of all skill levels can participate in classes or workshops with one of their professional teaching artists. This week's Art Fix event is called Seriously Unserious Spoken Word Poetry Salon, and the facilitator is Salam Green. And the weekly class sessions begin on May 15th and run through the 22nd. You can go to www.space111, and those numbers are spelled out. That's www.space111.org for more information. That concludes my comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Clark. Councilor Abbott?
Thank you, Madam President. The next Planning and Zoning Committee meeting will be held on May 11th, 2022, and the agenda will be forthcoming. I wanted to say congratulations to Ladera Lee, who graduated from Miles Law School on Saturday, and I told her she now has a technology, she's a computer guru and a legal guru now, so she should be in high cotton pretty soon because that's a great combination to have those talents. Also wanted to say congratulations to the members of the Friends of Avondale Park, who have led the way to renovate the Rose Garden at the park, which had fallen on hard times. And I wanted to say especially, they had about 40 or 50 people who came to the rededication of the Rose Garden, which is beautiful now, and it actually has rose bushes in it that are alive and blooming. But Neil Flum took over the Friends of Avondale Park and inspired hundreds of additional people to join, and they have been able to do great things in that park. And the Friends group previously, if we had meetings and 10 or 15 people would show up, we felt lucky. So the fact that he's gotten so many people in the community to join and get interested in Avondale Park and trying to bring it up, I think that he deserves accolades. So thank you very much, Madam President.
Thank you, Mrs. Abbott. Dr. O'Quinn?
Thank you, Madam President. East Avondale Neighborhood Association will meet tonight at 6 p.m. via conference call. If you need that information, please call 205-254-2679. Smithfield Neighborhood Association will meet on Thursday, March 10th at 6 p.m. at Smithfield Court Community Center. And also, once again, the Protecting Good program is a joint program of the State Department of Insurance and the City of Birmingham for roofing repairs. And they're currently taking applications from Northside neighborhoods, which are Central City, Druid Hills, Fountain Heights, Evergreen, and Norwood. Please contact my office at 205-254-2679 for additional information, or Habitat for Humanity at 205-780-1234. And finally, we have 2 board vacancies that I need to announce. The first is for a position on the Birmingham Parking Authority, and the other is for the Birmingham Jefferson County Port Authority. If you're interested in serving on either one of those boards, please forward a letter of interest and copy of your resume to my office, Daryl O'Quinn at birminghamal.gov. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Woods, District 1.
Thank you, Madam President. Just a couple of quick announcements. Number one, Kilo Springs neighborhood will be meeting tonight at 6 p.m. at Smith Middle School, so they'll be in person. Again, 6 p.m. at Smith Middle School. Also, the Be Litter Free cleanup continues to continue this Saturday, May 14th at Smith Middle School. We'll be meeting there at 9 a.m., so definitely invite everybody out, and thank you to everyone who's been participating.
Thank you. Mr. Williams? Yes, I've got this in control.
I didn't know if you were being slided right in front of me, so I'm making sure. All right, Roebuck Springs is going to meet Thursday, May the 12th at 7 o'clock at their normal spot, New Beginnings Church. And very exciting for the East Side, East Lake Farmers Market is back this Saturday, May 14th, and that's every Saturday, and from 8 o'clock until noon. And that's East Lake United Methodist Church. As every year, we have partnered with Pure, so if you are on Snapbucks or EBT, you can go out there and purchase food on either your SNAP or your EBT program. And you can also, there's a double up program where you can actually get twice the amount of fresh fruit and vegetables than you would be able to for that dollar amount in a regular brick and mortar grocery store. So it's a great place to go get healthy food in the East Lake community. So I encourage everyone to go out there. Even if you're not on SNAP or EBT, there's still great healthy food out there, and it's a good time. So I hope to see y'all out there on Saturdays from now till the fall, 8 o'clock to noon. Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Councilor Williams. Ms. Tate, I purposely wanted you to go last because prior to Pro Tem and I, because I know you had a very big event this weekend in District 9, and I just wanted to give you a chance to talk about that as well as your updates. Go ahead.
Thank you, Madam President. We have weekly announcements. The North Pratt neighborhood meeting will be tonight, 6:30 p.m. via conference call. The number to dial in is 605-313-4100. The access code is 1222-6945. Sandusky neighborhood will meet tonight as well in person at the Jimmy Hudson Rec Center located at 237 Pratt Highway. Hooper City neighborhood will be meeting on Thursday, right before the neighborhood meeting starting at 5 o'clock with Mayor Randall Woodfin, followed by the neighborhood meeting at the Hooper Center Rec Center located at 3901 4th Street West. And you can come in person or dial in. And the call-in number is 952-206-4918. Access code is 223418. The next public safety meeting will be today at 1 p.m. And the next public safety meeting following today will be on the 24th at 1 p.m. You can submit your agenda items to Brandon McCray no later than Thursday on the 19th at 1 p.m. So we continue with the Be Litter Free campaign as well. The next cleanups will be this Saturday, May the 14th, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. with the meetup times starting at 9:30 for the following communities. Evergreen Community will meet at the Evergreen Center located at 1867 16th Street North. And Pacifico Finley will meet at 9:30 at the Mount Hebron Baptist Church located at 1620 24th Avenue North. And Councilor Woods, to top it off, the Hooper City neighborhood will also meet Saturday at 9:30 at the Rec Center located at 3901 4th Street West. So we are Be Litter Free. We also had an opportunity to kick off the first District 9 Does Derby Day. And so we had a great time. It was a great time to bridge the gap and also to bring community together. So we do have a video to present, and so hopefully everybody will catch fire and get their constituents involved, because it was something really beautiful. I just really want to thank LRY Media for the great event planning that they did, Kathy's decorations for the great decor that they did, Michael Glenn's catering, Alabama Power, V94.9, A.G. Arrington Funeral Home, Golden Flake Coca-Cola, and Commissioner Sheila Tyson, Bad Boy Butch, also for being a part of this extravaganza on Saturday. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. I believe we have a tape of the event.
The iconic Kentucky Derby is happening tomorrow, but Birmingham's bringing a little bit of Churchill Downs to all of us, and there is a special event that's taking place.
This event was a vision that I had in December when I first got elected, and we did a brunch for all of the people in District 9. And so I was like, what would be exciting to bring, a Derby Day to Ensley? And so after talking to, my staff members and some of the leaders in the neighborhood, everybody was on board with it. And then, of course, I talked to Commissioner Tyson. She was like, I'm in.
So it was important to me because there's a lot of rich history out here. We're coming off COVID-19. We're still there. And so people just need that break where they need to come out and just let their hair down, enjoy themselves, and come out and with friends and family, and let's have fun. So this is what it is all about. Collective building, collective relationship, and coming together and showing love, and most of all, enjoying one another. People have on some hats, they're fascinators, nice sundresses, the men are dressed in their nice suits and slacks. So it is a very great event. And I'm super excited because the people are here, and they really came out to dress to impress.
So this is a way for you to become personal with me and, to hear your visions and the plans, but most of all, making sure that we come together collectively and build our relationship. So that's super important to me.
And for more from the Birmingham City Council, follow along with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Stay safe, Birmingham.
We thank you, Ms. Tate, for bringing the Derby to the West Side. Thank you very much. At this time, Council Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam President. South Titusville neighborhood will meet today via teleconference at 5:30 p.m. The call-in number is 602-580-9484, and the access code is 684-6610. Also tonight at 6 p.m., the Arlington West End community will meet at West End Library. If you are a part of that neighborhood, it's very important that you go. They will be voting on a lot of important items. The next Budget and Finance meeting will meet on Monday, May 23rd at 3:30 p.m. in the council chambers. Submissions are due Wednesday, May 18th by noon. Email submissions to Laquita Wilson and AJ Gray. The District 6 office, in collaboration with Blight Busters, will have a cleanup this Saturday at 9 a.m. in the South Titusville neighborhood. We will meet at 1700 2nd South. That's not right. Hold on one second. You can go on my website, www.d6bham.com for the address. Volunteers are welcome. The District 6 office would like to celebrate Ms. Parker's 105th birthday. There will be a drive-by birthday celebration at 913 Goldwire Way Southwest. Happy birthday, Ms. Parker. The Railroad Park is having evening exercise classes that will begin at 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Mondays are boot camp days. Tuesdays are hip-hop cardio days. Wednesdays are Zumba classes. Thursdays are yoga classes. And Fridays are family fun Fridays. And Tuesdays at 8 a.m. there will be a senior citizen fit exercise class. Also, as Mayor Woodfin mentioned, the World Games is hosting the 99 Neighborhood Rally this Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. And they'll be having vendors, food trucks, a lot of fun. And also the fourth Sunday of each month, Railroad Park will be having a cooking class, which will be May 22nd this month, beginning at 3:30 p.m. And the first 100 families will get free ingredients for wherever you're cooking at the class. And also, I am excited to announce that District 6 will have their first pop-up farmers market, which will run every second Saturday from May through October, which begins this Saturday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. at Memorial Park. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem. Announcements for District 7. We do have 2 neighborhood meetings today. The East Brownsville Neighborhood Association will meet at at 6 p.m. That is via conference call. The dial-in number is 601-313-4198 with access code 461297. Then the Raleigh-Travalic neighborhood also meets today at 6 p.m. That's an in-person meeting at Noble Chapel AME Church, and that's at 3700 Maple Avenue Southwest, which is in Raleigh. I also just wanted to make you aware, we know that during the pandemic, this exposed more and more the need for virtual education at home for all. So as a result, the federal government has a program, Affordable Connectivity Program, or ACP, which are like free lunch or SNAP programs for qualified families. This will also help to pay for monthly internet access at home. So AT&T Access is a program where they'll be offering this. So we have a flyer that we'll be posting on the D7 page, and we'll also be providing you more information through our PIO department to make this service known to our residents. Also, there is a call for summer 2022 teaching artists, and so we'll be posting this flyer as well, but there's an opportunity for teachers to come out and help to support this artistic program during the summer. The next Committee of the Whole meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, May 18th, 2022. That'll be at 3 p.m. in the council chambers. We'll be sending that agenda out to each counselor, but that is Committee of the Whole, Wednesday, May 18th. Those concludes my announcements for today. If I could have a call. I believe, Ms. Abbott, you had one other item.
I did. I had something I forgot. This is the second announcement of the Birmingham Planning Commission vacancy, and the cutoff will be May 15th, and they can be sent to our office, valerie.abbott@birminghamal.gov, or to the Planning, Engineering, and Permits office. We'll accept them however we get them. And Highland Park and East Avondale both meet at 6 tonight. They'd kill me if I forgot to say that, so thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Abbott. And yes, Ms. Tate?
Just one more quick thing, Madam President. I was, this weekend, like I said, we had an opportunity to do the Derby, and just want to thank you all and Mayor Woodfin and all the local, the breweries, like, we, just encouraging businesses to carry local breweries and the product that we have here, because we got like the World Games coming, we got a lot of visitors coming in, and a lot of things are happening. So we want to make sure that we continue to put Birmingham on the map, and I support local businesses, and so we can get our name even spread wider. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Tate. Madam Pro Tem.
Madam President, thank you. The correct address for the cleanup this weekend with Blight Busters, we will meet at 1700 2nd Street South. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this time, do we have a call for adjournment?
So moved. Second. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.